So here's a new piece of tech. It's a down
like
punch.
off screen.
Yeah, there it is.
Awesome. Oh, they don't even have to grab the ledge.
You don't even have to do that anymore.
It's this guy.
Grab a fractone jump off this little guy.
Oh my god. I didn't even notice him throwing anything.
I didn't see that either. All right, we're out of bounds.
Sick.
This is some Odyssey stuff, right? Some Odyssey bullshit here.
Oh yeah. I think he's just gonna wait for them to get close.
That is
and then,
cool. And just explode it all in one. That's clever.
I'd seen that before, but not executed that well. Welcome to Need for Speedrunning, your favorite podcast about speedrunning as determined by me. My name is Jay Hobbs, and I am joined by my co-host, Newbie. Week 2. How's it going, man?
Not too bad. How are you? How's it going?
Doing good. I want to upfront quickly apologize to folks for some of the peaking sound issues last time. Hopefully I got it not too bad, but as you can see, mic setup has changed, so I've already addressed that. Hopefully it should be a lot better this time. But yeah, we are here to talk about some speed runs, and Newbie, you brought the game this week, so I'm mostly going to kick it over to you here.
Oh, okay. We got a fun one this week. We've got DK Bananza, Donkey Kong Bananza, which is pretty new. It's a couple months old. If you haven't heard of it, it's a Nintendo game, so you may have heard of it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Super Mario Odyssey 2.
Basically, yeah. It's the new 3D Mario game that they released.
Yep.
But yeah, the speedrun has been it's evolved for quite a while, and it's down to a pretty good spot right now. And it's kind of cooled off on the speedrunning scene for now.
Editing J-Hub's cutting in real quick to say, actually, it's very active because pretty much everything about the run changed right after we did this. So if you're super familiar with the run and you wonder why we don't have the latest thing, it's taken me a while to get to editing this one. So that's all. Anyways, back to it.
And I guess we should start with sort of our familiarity with the game. Personally, I'm fairly familiar with the game. I, played it day one. I did any percent for quite a while, a couple weeks, and then I jumped into one of the longer categories, to where you do the final ending, post game stuff, get a billion bananas. It's like 4 hours, 5 hours. So I'm fairly familiar with the game, a lot of the movement, a lot of the tech, a lot of the routing and stuff like that. So, what about you, Hobbs?
I played it. I still haven't gone in 100% at it. Though technically I don't think I ever 100% at Odyssey either. So
fair.
That's surprising. But I absolutely loved it. I still want to dabble in some 90% speedrunning, but I did learn a couple tricks here and there so that you and I could do our true ending race, that longer one, which took us. How long did that end up taking us again? 11 hours or something?
It was close to 12 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It took us a long time the first time, but now you've got it down to in the 5 hour range, 4.5.
I got 5 now. 5
okay.
For 5:02 or something, but yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's
yeah. After 12 hours, I was like, I'm gonna do that again.
Right. I know that was the thing. I remember it was really fun the whole time. It was a blast because we're going to be watching any percent today, I presume, because we don't have 5 hours here or 4 hours or whatever the record time is now for a true ending.
Yeah.
But a quick spoiler, I guess, for folks is that you don't care about bananas in this game, despite it being the primary thing in the whole game. So I think that was what was really fun about doing true ending too, is we got to actually collect a ton of the Banandium gems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have to collect any percent at all. There's no requirement. I mean, there are requirements for things like money and stuff, but even that kind of gets skipped a little bit too. So you don't collect very much in this run.
So I know a little bit about this run. You taught me some of the basic tech, and I've seen some stuff, but I think I've only watched a low transformations run a couple times.
Right.
And I've maybe watched any percent once. But I mostly am more familiar with that one and the true ending, and just watching people do bingos of this. Mm-hmm. So what's some of the stuff we're going to be seeing here?
I mean, there's a whole lot of movement tech in this game. If you have played it, you can grab a chunk from the ground pretty much anywhere, and the chunk is extremely useful. That's one of the most useful things you can do in this game, because you can surf on the chunk, you can jump off the chunk with a double jump in the air. You can get a whole bunch of speed on the ground by surfing on it fast. And then you can combine all of that and you start to get jumps in the air that are fast and higher, and triple jumps and double all sorts of things. So that's kind of the big speedrun tech in this game, is that you can abuse those chunks a lot. And then there's some other stuff like just rolling and punching and stuff, and there's ways to get quick kills and a lot of skips. We're going to be skipping a fair amount of levels with that stuff. So that'll be really cool to see. And this current world record I have not watched. I've watched the record in about 3 or 4 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, if I've seen any of it, it would have been around that same time frame. So
yeah, and I know not too much has changed since I previously knew, but there are a couple new things that I'm sure I'll be surprised as well, and a couple skips that I am not too familiar with that I know were recently discovered. So that should be cool. That should be very cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited for all of that.
Yeah,
I think
it's a great watch. Yeah,
I gotta call you out a little bit here, because I love how turf surfing with the chunk is indeed like what you want to do like everywhere. And I remember in our we had a little Discord going in the early days of just like a few people would be like, oh, what do we just kind of find out and want to share on our own about speedrunning this game? And I was like, man, turf surfing seems really fast. I feel like that's going to be the thing. And you were like, I don't know, man, you got to grab a chunk everywhere. I think it's just going to be roll jumping. And now it's like you do everything is constant turf surfing.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's funny, but I was there busy trying to like break bananas fast. It turns out you don't need a single.
You don't need it anyway.
Banana, so.
We're all just doing random stuff that doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, you want to get into it? You want to get right into the run?
Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Okay, so let's get started with this one. If you want to watch along with us and you're not watching the video version for some reason, just back up to the YouTube video to 0, and when I say go, we go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Monkeying around now.
Damn, that was awkward.
So I think this game is going to have a similar journey to Odyssey, where like people didn't think it's going to get sub 1, and I think eventually it'll get sub 1.
I think eventually it will too. Yeah. I think one more thing to get discovered will kind of solve that.
Yeah.
You know. So already we're going pretty fast. Here's the surfing, which is actually the fastest method of movement in the game. It's just picking up a chunk and surfing. Faster than the zebra, faster than any of the other fast things in the game.
Dude, the zebra, all they had to do was make the zebra actually fast, and it would have been
It is actually somewhat fast.
But
it's not the same. It's very funny.
It's not fast enough, and they made it it's not fast enough to warrant being hard to control.
Right, exactly.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
So Ricker is getting a bunch of money because we do actually have one spot where we're bottlenecked in Hilltop, which is a couple layers ahead. You need 3,000 money. So he's gonna try and get some money here and there. That's quite convenient, which is nice. And so far he's got it, so that's good.
That was my fault.
So already
he already picked up 700, and it looked like he didn't even stop.
There's a couple little tricks to doing it, like when a cutscene plays, like when you hit one of the rock breaking switches. If you skip that cutscene fast enough, it auto grabs a bunch of the money that's been littered around for you. So here you can see the jumps.
Awesome.
There's a whole series of things he's doing pretty quickly here. Grabbing the chunk, jumping with the chunk, jumping off the chunk with A again, and then doing an attack midair. And it should give him enough height. So that one gives him enough height to do it. The other main piece of tech you're doing with the chunk here is what he just did here, which is called FAT, a fast air turf surf. So you grab the chunk and you press jump and attack at the exact same time. And what happens is you get the speed of the chunk, but you also jump too. So he does the animation where he jumps and pushes himself forward, but you also get the height of a jump on top of that. So that's the fastest way to sort of jump in the game. And there's a variant on that we're going to use a ton here too. You'll see him do called the fast air turf surf. They've called it the AFAT.
Yeah.
Which gives you a similar distance forward, but gives you way more height as well in that kind of jump. So you'll see that too. He does a spin jump and sort of surfs on the chunk. So there it is right there.
Yeah, and that's like the one thing that like I learned before we did our race.
Yeah, that's one of the most important things just learning speedrunning this game, because you can do it everywhere pretty much. It always gives you. It's very quick to do. It's easy to do once you get used to it.
The mini boss kills so. I love it. It's just so fast, and they're right on the key after, and then they're right on the thing. And
actually, they do the braking tech that you do, that you learned, that you figured out.
Yeah.
Which is you roll into the object, and then you attack Like you do a roll punch into the object.
Yeah,
and you
it's
just
like
straight
a
up
attack roll like
that was not the
input
lag,
sequence, and then you can kind of like mash
Exactly,
an attack
yeah.
or something. It's interesting.
that
It's
did go with the lag
it lets
and,
you get
like,
like 3 hits
some of the
really
areas were
fast.
nice.
Yeah, so you do that to break all the stakes and stuff too. So
Yeah.
here's a lot of AFATs and FATs to get right down here as soon as possible. This area is really open now, like Lagoon, so you get to see it all a lot easier. Again, you don't have to collect any bananas, so you're just going from point A to point
You
B.
need to hit him like a certain amount
Yeah.
for the ball to do damage,
Also,
but you don't want him too long.
some of
because you
the
don't have time to aim
best
the
music
ball.
in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not a very unfortunately I don't think it's a very like high bar,
That's fair, yeah, I agree.
but I do really like Lagoon Layer music. I think it's very good.
So there's a lot of skips here too. We're doing we're skipping a bunch of story
these little
sequences here
bits.
just by doing an AFAT jump into a chunk jump off the chunk and then like roll punching. Gives you so much distance. So
I
all
love
these
that
things where
they-
you're supposed to like get the water down and stuff, you know.
Yeah, you don't have to bother with it. I really love
Yeah.
that they seem to like the devs took the same approach they did with Odyssey, where for most things they're like, yeah, if you want to make a creative
Not
jump,
doing the
just make the
chunk?
jump.
Oh, that
like
wasn't a
that's cool.
lag issue. That was
Right.
just
You know, it's very
games
like
refusing
not
to grab the
normal for
chunk.
Nintendo to be that
So,
way, but then with Odyssey and this game,
I don't know what
they
that was.
like that team has been a lot more down for that kind of thing.
I
And
do
you
feel
know,
like-
sometimes they'll block you, but a lot of times
Right.
they're pretty okay with that, which is cool.
I do feel like in general Nintendo actually has been getting better with that. Like
They've got-
Breath
a
of the
lot better.
Wild and Tears of the Kingdom sort of do that too, where they give you
He
a
went to
lot
grab
of
the
freedom
chunk, he just didn't grab
as to
anything.
what you want to do.
That's what happened.
So we got Kong Bonanza, the only, well, no, not the only one, but one of the very few Bonanza transformations you actually get. You skip some in this run.
Yeah.
But Kong is like necessary. You pretty much can't get to the end without it anyway. And his punches are much faster. They just do more damage, so you'll be able to get through terrain faster, kill bosses faster.
Yeah,
and there's
it's
a
kind
little
of
bit
really
of other
convenient.
things with it.
The chunk you're
It's very
that they
convenient,
require
yeah.
you to get it.
Destroy
Yeah,
before you
because
Right.
I know from watching the like minimum transformations run,
Those are
which
super, like,
there are
easy to
only
break an
3 times you like are forced to transform in this game, and that was one of them. Just going into that tutorial, but
Yeah.
I know that like from that they found ways around this wall that they're about to go through.
Right.
But you just can't move like progress. The boss just will not spawn. So
Yeah, this is a required transformation.
yeah.
So you'll see you just get through the walls pretty fast. This skips this entire room, just finding that little pathway, which I love.
Yeah.
Skips going the long way around.
Yeah, it's very.
There's going to be
picked
some
up
other
some more
things.
gold.
Yeah. There's going to be some other things with the Kong transformations. Because there's other movement tech with the other transformations, like Ostrich, that we're going to need later too. And being able to transform from Kong to the other ones really quickly with the D-pad is going to give us the ability to utilize all that tech like to its full potential.
Yeah. That seems like one of the harder things from when I was
I
just
guess
trying to like
prompts up for
learn
getting
some
that last
basic
race.
stuff. That was one of the harder things to get down
attempt.
is like swapping between
down.
transformations while also trying to do like an AFAT or something.
Yeah, exactly. So this is quick.
Which-
You grab that explosive chunk, and that blows him up for the most part. And then you just... So here's a new piece of tech. It's a down
like
punch.
off screen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a down punch, like repeated down punch. I don't know how to do it. It's pretty
Yeah,
tough.
I'd seen people do that on the one in Tempest Layer,
In,
the
like,
Boston
Junction?
Tempest Layer. That
That
it
probably
has
is
the
console
same
bar.
like gold stake.
Right, yeah.
But I hadn't seen it here yet. That's cool.
It's used a lot now on most bosses because it is just faster.
Okay.
It's just the fastest way to do repeated punches, which is nice. You can just punch them or roll punch over and over and over, which is pretty fast.
Right.
But you are saving a little bit of time by doing these down punches, which just requires a rhythmic sort of pressing of the down
Okay.
punch. I
Just
don't know.
like
the
not
name.
quite mashing, but
Not quite mashing.
some kind of yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, the health bars just kind of melt sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I do love that they also in this one were like, well, until the very end, maybe they're like, yeah, bosses they can be super fast. Like they're they're not going to take a lot to do.
yeah. So going down this, all of these shafts to get to the next layer, you do want to do a punch, like a down punch, and then repeatedly do a down punch.
Yeah.
You get a small amount of distance by doing it each time. So here you go into your smashing stats to get money because you still need money. He's got 3,000 now, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's it's kind of wild how little he had to detour and still got to the
Yeah.
3,000. Like that's absurd.
It's pretty incidental, right? Like that you just get so much money.
Yeah, it's like it feels like he wasn't even going for any, and yet got to 3,000. But like obviously, it's all those little things.
Exactly. You only have to do like 2 things in this layer: is break that and then go to the the next portion. This is where you need to pay the 3,000.
I'm feeling good at it.
I kind of thought this was like a weird second layer when playing the game. Like I get that they wanted to make it really open so that you get used to doing the turf surfing. I think that's like the primary goal of this whole layer is be like, hey, actually try doing this because you might not have in all of Lagoon Layer, right?
Yeah.
But it does feel very empty compared to like Lagoon Layer or really most of the layers. It was a very odd second layer to me.
I agree. That's probably the reason, though. Yeah, the turf surfing. I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, they like so many NPCs and stuff talk about it in that layer, so I feel like that has to be it.
Little water skipping.
Love the concrete.
Yep, the concrete net doesn't break.
Yeah,
it does after
pretty
a
much
long time.
They're pretty much always going to grab concrete if that's like a quick thing, like if it's sitting there for them. Because otherwise, like if you grab the trade-off, right, is if you grab a tougher chunk like rock or something, it takes longer to grab out of the ground. So it deteriorates less quickly, which is nice for speedrunning because you could just keep using the same chunk for longer. But it takes so much longer to grab that they're pretty much never going to actually do it and just grab like the soft stuff.
You always grab the soft stuff,
unless there's something sitting out there like the concrete there.
Exactly. So now that we don't need money anymore in the run, he is intentionally skipping all of the little money rocks and stuff. They do cost a fraction of time. There's a small little like delay.
Yeah.
You know, or like the what's the animation?
It's like this little like blink
where time freezes for like a brief second, you know, just to like show impact.
I remember testing casually. It's like there is a minimum amount where like you can get a small amount and it will still just take the minimum amount of time.
Yeah,
but then it like ticks down once you're above that, and it's a really small amount, like 15 or something. So like you basically just want to avoid all of it.
Yeah.
It's like easy.
All right, Ronin Canyon.
Yeah. This is like the one skip I know. It's cool.
This is. I mean, this skips the majority of the layer.
The skip is sick. That coming up.
So all these AFATs get you, like, as you can see, get so much distance and so much height and so much speed at full speed, right?
Keeps losing his chunk. There we go.
There it is.
Awesome. Oh, they don't even have to grab the ledge.
You don't even have to do that anymore.
That's
wild. It got really quick. Oh, there's this jump too. Forget the tree. Just get up here. So there's so much going on. But really, it's all the same stuff over and over. It's all just the same thing, right? It's all the AFAT jumps, jumping off your chunk, punch rolling. Sometimes you do a dive midair. It gives you a little bit of extra height before he plummets down. So you get that dive, then you jump up from there, then you get like a roll punch from there. So there's so many small ways just to like stack these little pieces of tech to get a huge amount of height. And here's the boss. It is wild though.
Oh yeah, actually, I'll wait till after this boss. Just blow his head up and then.
Yep. So here's the down punch as well.
Phase 1 done.
Yep.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Well, do you know, does Kong actually do more damage or just like it's just easier to break through things?
It does more damage as well.
It does do more damage. Okay.
Yeah. So generally, you want to be Kong for any enemies and bosses and things.
Any fighting. Okay.
Yeah. Any fighting that requires you to punch. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say though, like it's hard not to make comparisons between this game and Odyssey because it's so clearly made in the same engine by the same team.
Absolutely.
And I really like the movement tech in this game. I think it's very fun, but it is not very deep, if that makes sense, compared to, or maybe it is deep, but it's not very wide. Like there's not a huge variety of like movement tech compared to like Odyssey, where you've got like spin pounds to start up a roll, like you've got rolling on its own, you've got long jumping, you've got like roll cancels to quickly turn a corner, and that's all not even jumping yet. You know, like you've got like all different kinds of jumps, whereas this is mostly like AFATs to into like midair punches and rolls, and that's like what you use for almost everything. But it is like it's that like good kind of simple tech, you know, where like
10 hours.
you can understand it pretty quickly once you know what to look for the basics of what's going on, and then you can still apply it with all these like tiny little tweaks.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if I fully agree.
Okay.
But I do hear what you're saying. I think there's I think it's definitely different in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's simpler in a way, but also chaining and learning exactly what to implement and like sort of how to implement each move. So sometimes you're going to be doing extra height, sometimes you're not, and everything you do wrong obviously costs time, right? So if I put that down punch jump or something in addition to my AFAT, let's say out of habit, it's going to be slower than just doing that in one situation.
For sure.
Right? So I think there's a little bit more adaptability in a sense. But I also feel like it's so similar. Like
it's definitely similar. Like
in a similar
you get a
vein,
similar
right?
vibe running both of those games.
You're still doing you're learning the same sort of ways to do things.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. There has been some discussion about the complexity of this game compared to Odyssey movement, which I think is interesting.
I think it's also like because in terms of the base kits they put in the game, right? Mario, he captures a bunch of different stuff, but those are mostly like really simple things, and base Mario has a lot. Whereas with DK, it's like base DK doesn't have quite as much, but his transformations all have a lot.
They add a lot, exactly.
Too. Yeah. So it's like, and because you skip a lot of them. So, anyways, went into Forest Layer from the Divide there without having to like interact with anything basically.
With anything, yeah.
And now, just jumping over gigantic poison pits is always
so satisfying. Just jump right into the hotel. So here we just have to collect the two record pieces for the transformation because we need this transformation as well. Not even taking the barrel. This is new.
Oh, sick.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we're gonna throw throw that thing up there.
Juggle the two halves of the record. So these things
do despawn if you're too far away from them. So you need a good throw to get it right there. That's impressive. Wow.
Jeez. And you could see it blinking already, which I think meant it was maybe going to start despawning.
It's on a timer too, so it was about to despawn. That's slick. I like that.
That's wild.
Normally you'd put the first record piece in, go back and get the other one, and then go back.
Yeah. And now this gets the Ostrich Bonanza, but this is not actually required in by the game. Like there are ways to skip this.
Right.
But for the speed run, it might as well be required.
It is it's very fast. It does.
Yeah.
So the ostrich tech we're using, where you have to get glide 1. That's the only skill for ostrich you need, because glide gives you some extra distance. I think you need glide 1. I haven't watched this newest run.
Yeah, true. Maybe they don't even get it anymore. Have they? I mean, they haven't gotten any bananas so far, right? So they wouldn't have a skill point. Or did they get one? I
guess I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean they haven't leveled it yet, so.
So the key with ostrich is you can basically mash, attack, and jump while in the ostrich form, and you get a bunch of free horizontal distance basically that you're not really supposed to be able to do.
Right.
But it allows us to get through gaps even faster. So you'll be Kong Bananza for a while, and sometimes in the air after an AFAT, because you can't do an AFAT when you're in ostrich form. It just doesn't work. So there you switch into ostrich, and then you're able to get that flying tech, right? So
the little swinging side to side thing.
That's what it looks like when you attack and jump at the same time and you mash it.
Yeah.
And he does it a lot, because an AFAT gives you a ton of height and distance and momentum. Yeah. You actually conserve that momentum too by switching to ostrich mid jump.
Oh, okay.
So you get the jump, switch it, and you've got that momentum too from the forward movement from the AFAT as well.
I'm kind of surprised this runner didn't turn off the Bonanza transformation music, just because.
This is your thing, eh?
Well, no. I'm just surprised because they you hear the beginning of the ostrich one so often. I would think it would start to just grate on runners to always hear the same 6 bars or whatever. Not even.
Yeah. So for me, it does grate on me. That's why I turn it off. Yeah. However, I actually feel like.
It might be useful.
You could use it as a cue, sort of, or to know how you're doing.
To know you hit your button and it's actually switched.
Yeah, and also just to see, to know how long it takes you to do a certain trick. Or if you're behind.
Sure.
Music went longer than normal there, so I know that I was slower here, right? Or I'm doing
fair,
something wrong.
Yeah.
I think there's actually reasons to keep it on.
So to get into this boss fight, they actually we saw him pick up an apple juice, which is going to be important later, presume, or it might just be safety, but I think it's important later. And there's actually just a part of the wall there that's like covered in thorns, but if you like break open just enough, you can like bust into the hotel. I think it's back part of the hotel again or something, right? Wherever it is that you're breaking into, and that lets you just skip straight to the boss.
Is a good IO.
Which is cool.
It's really cool. You don't have to go around, and there's like a big button you got to press.
Yeah.
So, and that's fairly recent. That's after the first month, which is like
but it is
kind of a lot of
not
stuff.
like it's not the easiest thing to do to get through there unscathed because
it's
like
really hard.
You don't have a lot of iframes if you get hit by the thorns because they like want you to not do that kind of thing basically. And you only have 3 hearts, and that's like all they're gonna have the whole game. So
so we're going to do another skip here. This is a big skip. This skip's actually a whole layer. We're not going to do forest layer. That's not in the speedrun. And zebra.
Or you mean freezer layer?
Freezer rather. Sorry, we just did forest.
Yeah.
So instead of going back to do freezer, we're going to skip it all and just go straight to the Void Kong fight.
Sounds crazy.
At the end of this, it assumes you've done both. The bridge won't appear until you've done both. But there are ways around that. So we'll see.
I don't think I've ever seen. I've only ever seen like people do this skip with like kind of some amount of safety behind it, you know, like doing a slightly safer version of it. So I'm really excited to see, like really interested to see how the record holder does this skip. Because
this is by far the most optimal version. Most optimal way to do this. Yeah, definitely.
Because like what I've generally seen is when like someone will unlock freezers half and then do it or something. Like
you get bad chunks.
So there are 5 bananas, by the way.
Okay.
So it costs 5 bananas for glide. 1 skill point. So you only need to get one of those 5-pack bananas. Yeah, there's glide.
And there's the glide. Okay.
That's to get over this gap, I think. Transform midair, no problem.
Sense. Yeah, and like this gap isn't that bad. Like they could do this without glide either, probably.
Right.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But it's this gap.
Grab a fractone jump off this little guy.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've never seen this without any amount of the bridge being there.
Yeah. And you do your little chunk jump at the end.
Wow.
Flip up. Nice. Nicely done.
Incredible.
Yeah. So that skips having to do freezer completely.
Yeah, because anybody who hasn't played the game, normally you have forest layer and freezer layer that you can choose which one you want to go to. Then when you come back, you unlock half of the bridge from whichever one you did. And then it's like, oh, you better go do the other one now, so that way you can get the other half of the bridge. And it's pretty far even with half the bridge. Like, it's not that bad once you have half a bridge, but it takes time to actually go and, like, unseal the thing that's blocking it. I don't remember. The jammer. I don't remember what they actually call them in the game. But, you have to like break the jammer so that it
breaks the void terrain and all that. Yeah. I can't remember what they're called either.
Yeah, I mean, void terrain is what's happening, right? Like you can't break through all that purple void terrain. And then this boss fight is very cool. Like,
so that's a quick hit first. You throw a chunk before the cutscene, which is cool. Also,
very Zelda Breath of the Wild.
This is really fast. I've not seen it this fast.
Yeah.
Normally he goes to different like rooftops and stuff.
Yeah.
But Rick here is just chucking them at him as soon as he gets hit on the first hit. So
that was wild.
I think the second one in Lagoon, when you do the refight in Lagoon, I think he travels a bit more. Although I don't know. After that, I'm not sure how fast this is.
Right? Oh my god, that was incredible.
That was very fast.
I loved, my favorite part there was when he started turf surfing and the back like the Void Kong moved into the back of the turf surf. Yeah, into the chunk, so he got hit as he like spawned over there.
Wow. That's pretty great.
That's wild.
Yeah. Same concept.
And it was already pretty cool before, so.
It was.
I didn't even notice him throw anything.
I didn't see that either.
Oh my god!
I love the turf surf into it. I've never done that or seen that.
Dude.
Now he goes on the very top of the Kong. I'm always terrible at this throw here. Okay. That's quick.
Because that's the one downside of the soft terrain too, is if you mess up a throw, it'll stick to whatever you like throw it at, and then you have obstructed your view for your next throw. It's awful.
Yeah, compound's really bad.
Yeah.
That's the Void
That was
Con
really
fights.
cool, though.
I mean, there's one more piece of the fight, which is a little bit more straightforward, I think.
Yeah. And also, you can kind of like
if you hit him too early,
avoid a
it
fair
does
amount
not
of this
count
last
as final
bit
hits.
by
You
just
have to wait for him
going
to start
fast.
moving to his final spot.
I
Yeah.
think.
Right, because you're supposed to travel
It's hard
along
time
the
'cause it's
bridge,
like a
and he
very
Yeah.
shoots a bunch
lag
of stuff
there.
at you and all that.
Yeah, but you can
It's
like
just-
not. You don't have to hit him every time that the game like expects you to hit him. If you just
Right.
kind of like go past him for some of it.
So the void terrain is still here, which is hilarious, I find.
Yeah.
It's not
Which
supposed to
thank
be.
God those fractones are there, by the way, or you would have no like chunk to grab.
That's the only, that's your only chunk.
Like if they left at once VoidCon came back or something, you know?
Yeah. So in True Ending, when you do this section, you still kind of do this first where you skip Freezer immediately and stuff like that. But when you come back to it on a second revisit to get more bananas, because you need 600, you actually, all you have to do is pause menu and reset terrain, and it opens up all the void terrain for you, assuming you've done it already.
Interesting.
So, yeah, so then you can get all the bananas and go to Freezer and all that stuff. It's
Wow.
really funny. Because by that point on the revisit, they think that, oh, you've done this already, right?
Yeah. So another advantage of going Kong Bananza
Some water.
there, because they went
I
pretty
have a bit of
early,
water.
like before they were actually hitting anything,
Mm-hmm.
is that... Oh, actually,
water
hold on. This is cool.
drinker.
It's another...
Yeah, you don't actually need that
Just
barrel.
faster
In
than
fact,
the
you
barrel.
shouldn't take it. It's actually slower than just
Yeah.
chunk jumping up and down into the hole.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kong Bananza will... We talked earlier about like how different chunks have different like difficulty to pull up out of the ground. Kong Bananza can pull up like I think any chunk instantly. If not any, it's like
Yes.
he's significantly faster.
That's a good point. Yep.
I'm a big water drinker.
Oh, getting gold. Heck.
I don't know.
Is that a mistake?
Might be
Didn't
a
look like a
mistake.
mistake, but maybe.
I don't know.
I don't
That's a
know.
good question.
Yeah, that was that was weird.
I mean, he is ahead. He is behind on his splits. Not by very
Yeah.
much.
8 seconds or so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is wild because it does not look like almost anything has gone wrong. I think
No.
there's been like a slow break here or there, you know.
Right.
And that's
Yep.
mostly it.
So we're gonna skip this layer as well for the most part. There's a lot of random things you have to do. But this terrain here, this liftoff chunk into Ostrich means you can just go right over to
Yeah.
this watermelon. And
Because
then
you can
Kong
still
Bananza
do
and
that
smash it.
stalling. Oh, it's nice. That stalling stuff still works without a chunk. It's just not nearly as effective.
I get the gold in the tunnel.
The,
air
the
stalling.
like air stalling with the ostrich.
I'm not sure if it's
Yeah, I
faster
think
or
it
not, but
is.
I still like the loading.
Is it just
zones.
as
Same.
effective?
I
I thought
think
it. I
it's-
thought it like wasn't. But.
I actually don't know. That's a good
It might
question.
be slower. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Regardless, you can still do the whole like punch and glide thing.
Yeah, the main reason to hold the chunk while you're doing it is that when you're
decline.
done,
Oh,
you
that's
can
some good
still
ones, actually.
get a chunk
Then you have a
jump off
chunk.
it to
Yeah.
get more height. So
Good
So you're
point.
gonna find
Yeah.
pacers already.
I'm actually
So
not
maybe
sure if
that's all
it's
it is.
faster to have one or not. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway, resort's done. That was quick.
Like barely. when
I
find
just love the
pacers.
layers where you skip the whole layer by just doing a cool jump.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still
That
hitting.
might be just because it's tough to get through without hitting something.
Maybe, but
and
I
doing
don't
the
know.
down
You've got like a
punches-
lot of control during this.
I think
You do,
Kong
but
saw
it's a bit weird.
Resort gets gold
I've
in the tunnel,
noticed.
so it's
Like you have a little
Yeah.
bit less movement when you're doing the down punches, and the
Okay.
down punches are much faster than
sure, though.
even maybe the gold or accidentally hitting
Yeah.
the gold. You know.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, I can't think
that's
of
what I
anything they would
for.
want the
It's
gold
a
for
double
unless
stick
there's
too.
something where they like need to buy another.
Yeah,
Like
Surface
if they
is
have to
kinda like
use
a
their
bronze
apple juice
too.
and then like buy another one
Mm-hmm.
later. Tempest, just like who needs to be told a mission or anything? You just
Yeah,
jump
yeah,
straight
you-
into the volcano. I
Oh,
know it's not a
barely
volcano,
made that.
but
That's
whatever.
good.
Yeah.
That platform. So we're getting elephant here, and I think technically there is only one spot that
Yeah.
speedrunners can't figure out how to bypass, involving a transformation, and it's getting a key as this elephant. There's a key in a whirlwind you have to like suck up. I think that's the only thing people can't figure out how to get without elephant.
The next day
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, that is the only
there.
like so in the minimum transformation stuff, Kong Bananza is required because the game like requires you to get it and throws you into a tutorial. So that is the only like you have to transform because it automatically transforms you in that tutorial. But then elephant is the only time you actually have to like use one. and it's for getting that key. And so there's actually 3 required ones in the minimum transformations because you also have to see the elephant tutorial in order to get elephant. Did they just throw that all the way to the end?
Yeah, so we're juggling these ones too, these 2 halves. Again, to make sure they don't despawn and they don't sit for too long by themselves.
But it almost I thought for a second he threw it all the way onto the actual like.
I don't know if you actually can.
You probably can't because you have to like swing them.
You have to swing them in front of them. But I mean, that's about as close as you can get. So that's pretty slick.
It's like he looked at it long enough where I was like, is he like making sure he like actually threw it right into it?
Yeah. So here's elephant, which is cool. We all love elephant.
Yeah. Elephant's my favorite one casually. Like it was so fun.
Yeah. I mean, elephant's really useful in the speedrun too. Most importantly is that you can just spawn a chunk whenever, because if you suck stuff up, you can just pull a chunk out of your ass essentially.
Yeah. Which also means you can have like chunks of types that aren't actually around you. Which,
exactly. Yep.
Yeah, will come into play in not very long.
Yeah, that's useful. Definitely.
Yeah,
in
like racing layer and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is this the first teleport? No, they did before too, I think, actually.
Yeah, I think.
They did a little bit of fast travel during like the Void Kong stuff.
So
I think.
Here's the key that you have to get with elephant.
Yep.
People have been
like
trying.
You would be able to just like damage boost into there or something. No.
Oh, what is happening?
Yeah, that was weird.
That was
the apple juice.
That was definitely a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like they just took like 2 hits instantly from like the lava.
It's like here you have the chunks stored already,
Save.
so you can just get the Buster Wing super fast.
And I think he's not getting. I think he's trying to do the like fast
the down punching?
the fast down punching tech there, and it's like not happening or something. Because I feel like I've seen people do it on Buster Wing.
Yeah,
that was the first time I had seen it.
I think you're right too. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so maybe it's like a tricky thing to like get Donkey Kong in that state, and then it's still rhythmic on top of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
almost fell there.
That switch like while over the pit is wild.
Instead of going above or around it, you just break through it as Kong did. Just get me through this mountain. Hold on a second.
That was something I was worried when I saw like the initial trailers of this game. I was kind of a little worried that it was going to be like, oh, you can destroy all the terrain. So is like level design gonna matter in a way that was going to be like unfun or something? It turns out no. It is very fun.
They figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah, my concerns were not warranted. But
so this is a slightly new route from I think a couple weeks ago, where now I think you get some liftoff ore on your way here, so that you can do this. You can transform and just pull it out immediately. So you're skipping.
And that's what we were talking about with the whole like being able to take a different type of chunk, like by storing it with elephant, because elephant sucks in the terrain and then stores chunks.
So on the path there through just breaking the walls and stuff like that and flying, there was some liftoff ore somewhere.
Yeah, he like stopped for a second. He like went to the side and like actually stopped to pick up.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Those throws are like harder than they seem too, by the way, to like actually hit that Buster Wing quickly. That's sick.
Yeah. All right, and the anime cutscene.
Right, I know the ending here where you just have to hold B. I kind of hate when like any game is just like, look at how intense this is. Hold a button.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
It's no effort for you.
But also, this game is made for children, so it's fair. Like,
fair.
As a kid, you just see the, you
just feel so good about it. Yeah, exactly. That was Tempest is really long, so it's pretty slick.
Yeah, that's a long layer normally.
I think it's one of the biggest layers. Speedrun. Yeah, very fast. So now we have landfill, which is I felt was also pretty long because it was so confusing and weird.
They clipped it.
Oh, I feel we're like gonna do landfill very fast, even casually, because like once you get down there, they're like you can leave. Like it's just there's a lot of
stuff to go down and there's stuff to do. Yeah. We do literally none of that in this run. It's pretty slick. Yeah. So there's a cool skip in landfill. Our first out of bounds.
Yeah. This one I am familiar with, but I've never like done or anything. I don't know how to do.
It's not too hard, which is nice. Although I haven't seen it in a while, so I wonder if there's some optimizations that have happened. The only thing it involves is DK can sort of wedge between some geometry that isn't quite lined up properly. If you do just the right way, you just pop right out of bounds.
Which I think is like how they do every out of bounds in this game.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all about wedging against geometry. Sometimes you make it yourself by using chunks, which we'll see later too.
Yeah. I think that gold collecting earlier might have been intentional because like now I'm wondering if like he's gonna buy another apple juice at some point.
That you could be right. Yeah.
Like maybe it might be safety, but like safety that costs you like virtually no time, and maybe it's just common enough for one apple juice to get lost somewhere.
All right, we're out of bounds.
Sick. Yeah, just
One,
like you said, wedge themselves
2,
in between the rocks and pop right out.
3, transform. Yep. So this is about the same spot. Yep. So you transform here, get right back inbounds, and here's the stake to go down to the bottom level.
Awesome.
So nice and quick. I noticed too, that's something new. He went out of bounds, fell down to the out of bounds area, but just close enough inbounds that he grabbed a chunk to be able to chunk surf across the edge of the out of bounds layer.
Oh wow.
It's really cool. So this is awesome because you can elephant this guy. You just suck up his soft form.
Got really good RNG. Wow.
That's sick.
I was like,
So fast.
RNG
So
Okay, and he's talking about RNG, so I guess wherever it moves, maybe, or like what gets sucked up by the elephant use.
Yeah,
there.
I think that is
I'm not sure.
RNG.
We might actually see him save time on a split then. I don't know. We still have the whole dance. Maybe not. I am curious where like the majority of the time save comes from this run, because so far he's just been about like 7 to 9 seconds behind like the whole run. But like,
I'm not sure.
that this is going to be a PB by like 20 seconds. So
yeah, this is
15.
huge. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some spots where it could be, but I don't know.
I mean, it straight up
Saves a little
could
bit
just be final boss. Okay, no, there was 5 seconds.
Yeah, could be
Catching up.
incremental. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, as with any speedrun, it's like you play the first half of it way more than the second half, so you're going to tend to
with that good RNG
have your time saved later a lot of the time.
Absolutely.
Big Granter Radiance.
Now it's racing layer. We spoiler, we don't do the race.
How do you update the
We skipping that one too.
Yeah,
This one I think is
it's definitely intended. I think we were about to say the same thing. Like the devs knew, because like Pauline will comment on it if you like skip the race.
There's dialogue, going down the next layer.
Yeah.
Been overdue for
So it's very cool. And I mean, like, they didn't have to put liftoff or in this whole area, right? Like I think they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, exactly.
A way bigger eagle.
It is wild though, like going to the track is not something I think like anyone
That's the first thing. Right, yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
Now we just gather lift. Oh, only 2. Okay. Yeah. I guess you only need 2.
I've seen you only need 2, yeah.
I would assume you'd gather more for something later.
For like later. Yeah.
I guess not. I guess the idea is once you get into Radiance, you're actually not interested in liftoff or in Radiance. You're more interested in the whatever the light up.
Yeah, the light ore, because you just like need it to actually interact
that unlocks
with some of the
all
stuff
sorts
there.
of things. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, that was a quick
yeah.
Oh, save a half a second there somehow.
Right. That seems like probably one of the more consistent layers, though, right? Because there's not a lot to it. It's less than 2 minutes. You just have to get to the liftoff ore, collect it quickly, and fly up.
And get up, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's the dialogue. Let's go try it sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Radiance.
Oh wait, yeah, they're playing in English. I just noticed that.
Yeah, there isn't any difference between languages.
Oh, okay. I thought people had been.
People were
had
suspecting
thought there
for
was,
a long time.
and yeah. Playing
There
in
is
other
no.
languages.
There's no difference. The only reason you play in other languages is because Pauline talks a lot, and it gets kind of annoying sometimes to hear the same lines, or people just like other languages.
Yeah.
I think, but there is no difference, unlike a lot of speedruns, actually.
I mean, unlike Odyssey,
Unlike Odyssey, that's true.
Chinese or something.
Yep. A lot of gold collection here.
Yeah.
Something's up with that. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I really think it's got to be for an apple juice,
that
right?
is
Like,
that is such a smart little piece of tech there. So the guy has to come towards you, that enemy. So you're trying to lure it towards you. I noticed he sucked up the ground to create a little slope so that he slid down a little faster.
Oh, that's sick. I didn't notice that.
That's a cute little, I like that.
That's awesome.
So we're not getting Snake, even though Snake is required, I think.
Oh, yeah, like Snake. So I did this skip casually. I ended up like getting Snake, but I wanted to just see if you could get that key without it. Yeah, so I got the key and I was like, okay, cool, let's go get the Snake. Or I think I maybe had already gotten the Snake and I was like, can I get up there without it?
Yeah.
But like there's some parts later that, it's going to be pretty wild without the Snake.
One of the hardest things to do here is this tower. You have to go from the bottom to the top without the Snake. For
sure.
But we're using... This is some Odyssey stuff, right? Some Odyssey bullshit here.
Oh, yeah. This feels like when you're doing like the town hall jump.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff, right? Like,
or you're finding some little ledge on the side to stand on or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? An elephant, we're taking all this light up ore. Whatever it's called.
Good enemy.
Perfect, because you place the enemy right in front of the keyhole.
I know, it's like,
and then you just continue to punch.
It mirrors back to the very beginning, Ingot Isle.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's awesome.
This is the other thing people try to skip, that one little like doorway, because that skips the whole tower if you can get through there.
Oh yeah, good point.
People are trying out of bounds for a long time.
That's probably what'll eventually take this sub 1. Somebody will find a way to like skip that.
That might be something.
Maybe. Yeah.
These down punches are
they've
so
already
funny.
Yeah.
I don't think they found it yet.
I was gonna say like maybe they found it, but it doesn't load or something. You know, that's always a possibility. But
I know there's like death planes all over, so that's a challenge.
I know we just talked through the Poppy Kong fight, but it's like honestly, you can fight her that way casually, minus the like fast down punches. Like that's what I just always had a chunk and threw it at her. And
that's what I did too. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she's supposed to go invisible? Didn't know.
I found her again.
Yeah. So I am interested in this part too, because like this is probably one of the bigger. Oh, jeez, I got stuck. Like probably one of the bigger like just death pit sections in the game with all this like these clouds and whatnot. And of course they're just gonna fly.
Fly over. There's only one section you actually need to get through here.
But the thing is, you can't get like a chunk from some of this stuff. But I guess you can. Oh, because you have elephant. So
that's
you still
the key,
just keep
right?
And then you have the luminance stuff. So
that opens up that floor. Yeah, it's super quick. Yeah,
that's sick. Nice. Yeah, because that was the part that I was like, are they gonna have to go like flip the floor? Because you have to like the way it normally works, you like position the sun basically.
Right. Yeah. To light up
create different pockets of shade and whatnot. And we get another Grumpy Kong fight.
Here's our first like big Grumpy Kong fight. He does have a cooldown.
Oh, that's nice. That's cool, because usually they would like dodge that attack and wait for it, but you can just tank it if you're holding a chunk. You don't get like knocked back far enough.
The chunk just falls out of your hand, it looks like.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's good. That's smart.
Yeah, because normally if you just try to tank that, it'll like knock you way off and like stun you. And it's annoying. And now they're basically tied with PB again.
Yeah, we're skipping a lot in this layer too. So here's another instance of using the geometry here, specifically throwing a chunk at the right spot.
These clips are what I wish. They're the other thing I wish I leared before we did like.
They're actually pretty easy, I think.
Yeah,
they're not too tough to learn. There's setups for all of them, which is nice. I mean, there's like 2 here, but yeah.
Give me a chunk.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah, he like dropped the chunk.
Yep. So here's the other one. So this one, that didn't. I guess it works.
There you go. Just pop right out.
Not the lineup I use, but I mean, I'm not the world record holder, so.
Right.
So in that section, that little out of bounds is actually, I don't even know how much room you have, but almost everywhere around it is a death plane. Like you walk one step to the right or left, you just die instantly.
Okay.
So you really need a super specific setup to get through there.
Interesting. Okay.
And the setup is good. Like it works. It's very consistent. Just if you mess anything up, you're dead. So
some really good these clips.
I tend to like in my runs, I would get the checkpoint before that first. I'd turn around and get the checkpoint and then go because I'm probably gonna die.
Right. I mean, I get the impression this is another one where they like knew that either you might be able to clip through wall because
I know apple
they
trees.
probably didn't know everywhere you could clip through walls, but I guarantee they knew that you could like have weird geometry push you through a wall. Like there's no way this game went
Chicken
through all of
jockey.
its dev cycle in QA and that like didn't get noticed, like didn't get
Right.
found. But it's kind of like core to the way the game functions, right? They probably just had to be like, we're going to try to smooth out like every spot where you could do this by accident, or like even kind of intentionally. And there's probably going to be some other spots where it's still possible. And we'll just try to put like, this is kind of the level where they knew if you could get around these walls, you can skip a ton of the level. So like, we'll just put more death planes around, right? Like that
Makes
to
a lot of
me,
sense.
yeah, that's
and I'm just
how
gonna
I
feast
imagine
like
that
the
whole
feast
like
earlier.
conversation went down. As somebody who was just speculating, to be clear, and
Right,
has
yeah.
only ever made one tiny game jam video game, but like just from watching dev documentaries and talking with devs and stuff, like I can't imagine that they weren't suspicious from day one that like you could clip through walls with chunks. Like
I think they totally knew.
I'm sure they knew.
Yeah. And they were just trying to mitigate, right, as much as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and they just want to like make sure it's not going to happen to somebody who isn't trying to make it happen. And if it does happen to somebody who's trying to make it happen, like it's probably not somewhere where it's going to.
And
like,
in some of the
be a big deal.
spots, there are no death planes. Like in the landfill skip,
Yeah.
you can just walk around freely everywhere out of bounds there.
Yeah,
It's
and that
pretty
one I
weird.
wouldn't be surprised if part of it is because like it's kind of like who cares in a way. 'Cause
Right.
You're already like the way that level works. You are already getting a no clip camera because you're like digging the whole time. That's like kind
Exactly.
of how their camera works when you're underground.
Yeah.
And the other reason being like they might not have suspected you could get all the way up onto like those high parts of the wall. Well, no, because they put something up there.
Yeah, but I
one
think
point,
they
so I guess
just
they did
didn't
know.
Yeah, they knew you could get up there, but I don't think they
Yeah.
assumed anyone would really, or it'd be very
Bother.
easy. Or, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Okay.
we elephanted here for a lot of sand first because
Yes.
all this goo you have to use sand for. This like burning goo. And we're
Yeah,
gonna do
I'm
a
not
big skip
sure.
here.
I'm not sure I've seen the skip. I've known about it for a long time, but I don't know if I've ever actually like watched it.
Yeah, so normally you have to get 5 burger switches, unless you do this.
Oh,
This is
line
really
up.
hard, by the way. I've tried it. I chose not to learn it. So another clip. This is also death planes everywhere, by the way.
All right.
This is a very specific. Yeah. And we
That's it.
bypassed the top layer, and we're bypassing a lot of the bottom layer now too.
Yeah.
In fact,
Oh,
yeah,
still
this
not
is the
inmounted,
optimal
yeah.
version. Yeah. We're now also
Alright,
bypassing the
clips,
entirety of the bottom layer.
And thanks to somebody in chat, we're seeing no more clips, just execution.
That's it. Yeah.
So
there
that's
we
the
go. We're
last
at the
clip.
boss fight.
Wow. And they're
Yep, that's-
still okay. So it spawns them in bounds. I was like, they're still out of bounds when they
And there's
jumped into the boss
also
fight.
tech here, where if you immediately pull the sand out, he never skips phases. And this is the most annoying boss in the entire game. If anyone's played this
Yeah.
game,
Oh my god.
that was like
Dude.
a perfect
Slow hit
feast.
every single
It's a
line.
shame Feast looks so hard to learn because also I will say this was probably one of my least favorite levels.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
Casually. One of my least favorite
Understandable.
layers.
Yeah.
I like the idea, but I think it's partially because they went with like very like circus music or whatever.
Right. It doesn't jive.
Like
with you,
very like carousel music for the whole like theming of the whole thing. I never really enjoyed it. It like kind of just started to grate on me. And then on top of that, it's like some of the fights there or some of the climbing is a little annoying because of the whole the gooey stuff. Like you've got, you know, like the
Loud
minecart
crash.
fight with the muck boss, whatever.
Right.
I just think, unfortunately, while I think the idea was very cool, I don't think the layer ended up being my favorite. So
I think
it's
that's totally
really cool
fair,
that
yeah.
you can skip it. It's just it's unfortunate that it's a nightmare to learn, apparently.
Yeah. It's very hard to learn. Yeah. I tried
Yeah.
it. It's, it's tough.
I mean, there's some people with like pretty top times that still don't do the feast skip even. So
Yeah. I mean, I think
maybe
at
not
this
anymore,
point-
but, like,
I
the
think at
last
this
time
point
I was
everyone's
looking
pretty
at
much
it.
doing it. But yeah.
Okay,
it,
fair
It
enough.
definitely was a slow onset, like a slow, adoption, I think, in a
Yeah.
sense.
I've never seen it, never will. There is no crash.
So they had a good feast in their PB too, because
They saved no time. They
Yeah,
lost point
exactly.
2, in fact. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm not sure what else is in this layer. Forbidden. Oh, I know what's in Forbidden. We don't need money. So normally you have to pay these fractones to create like the zone where you can just throw chunks and you create platforms out of it.
Yeah.
And yeah. Since we didn't
just don't need that.
You don't need that. This is like one of the first sort of skips discovered because it's not too hard. Once you discover the ostrich flying,
yeah,
your first gut instinct is, hey, can I skip this giant money sink?
Mm-hmm. This is another good reason why, like, for the speed run, you just like need ostrich, right? Because like, there are still skips. There are ways to still skip a lot of these, if not all of them, without ostrich. But like, they're a lot slower and a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
You also like need spin jump for one of them, I believe. Which means you need to like get enough bananas for another skill point. So like,
oh, look at that chunk.
Oh, dude, the chunk dropped into his hand. That was great.
That's amazing. That's perfect.
Please don't break.
Yeah, like there's an entire compendium in the Discord for ostrichless work. And it's tough because there is a certain time that you have to sort of be able to save, right, from not getting ostrich.
Yeah.
So as long as you're able to save enough time, and the tricks without ostrich are not slow enough, then you're okay.
Right. Which I'm glad they get like ostrich. I think it would be unfortunate if like this run just became like the same as minimum transformations or something. You know?
Right.
Like,
yeah. Exactly.
It is cool for those two to have an identity, especially because the ending is so much harder in min transforms.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Some more quick Void Kong fights. So notably, you can't transform here. This is like part of the story.
Mm-hmm. For all of like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Like, so you're just doing, solo DK movement and solo DK stuff. I think you can still down punch combo against him.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There it is.
That's pretty good for Forbidden.
It looks so goofy too. It's so funny.
Yeah.
What are you gonna wish for?
All right, we skipped
time for
the cutscene that everyone loved.
DK's trapped in basically stone, and he still can pound his chest. He's just got incredible pec muscles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
he's ahead.
That's 5 seconds there.
23.
Yeah, that's wild.
Here we go.
Some of that, like those throws, are pretty hard to do very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like and line up and give yourself like a good platform that also hits Void Kong. So I could see that going wrong on some runs.
That's my guess as to where the time save is. All the movement stuff, I don't think there's any time save there.
It was probably just like
they
took 2 throws, maybe 3 on like a specific thing because they just were trying to line it up too quickly or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That could totally happen.
This is a good little transition between layers to show you how fast the down punching is, because he was sort of getting through the tunnel faster than those like tentacles could. Pull away.
Yeah.
Usually they go away right before you get there, but he's like going ahead of them a little further.
My math homework.
Kind of neat to see.
Yeah.
Okay, no trolls and core, please.
Off to the planet core.
All right. So now they've revealed K. Rool as being the boss. Spoilers.
Yeah.
K-Rool.
Oh, he got stuck.
Oh. I think, there's a couple little skips here in the planet core.
Okay.
Just because there's big areas you can jump over, basically.
There's so many
surprising
points where it looks like you should be able to like skip one of these minecarts, and then it busts through something, and it's like, oh no, never mind.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
I don't think any of the minecarts you can skip. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it run in a while, so.
There's also a decent chance that like it's not loading some of the sections until you like touch the minecart or like break through.
You could be right there for sure.
Yeah, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
This part is actually like weird to me because you have to change which like way you're holding on the analog stick, I think, to like still be getting the like boosted speed.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't do any of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out.
What's nice about this one is it's so
Necky Skyway.
The platform at the end is so low and far that you can
Yeah.
just glide down after that.
Yeah, that's nice. Doesn't look like too bad.
That's an easy one, which is good. I think too, actually, if I had to guess, the minecart's pretty fast.
Right.
So if it's going forward, it's quick. I think it's probably quicker than,
It's more for the
flying.
end, like the fight at the end. It would be nice if you could skip the minecart.
Actually, wait, there is a
because then
minecart you
the
skip.
fight.
There's a whole thing
Okay.
you skip at the end. I forgot. So you don't do any of these, obviously.
Nice.
Any of this switcheroo.
Never gonna learn how that stuff works.
Yeah, it's all good. I still wonder why he's getting so much money, because
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
here you have
obviously
to.
this stuff you have to, yeah, or like
even
there's
before.
no point in dodging
Right.
it, but yeah.
this we skip as well. We don't need to do any of this.
Oh, nice. I don't think I'd seen this.
This is a tight version of this, because those things hurt.
Yeah.
You just go right there.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, there is a shop like right at the end of this, so I really wonder if they're gonna buy something at the end.
Yeah, I'm really
But
curious. Yeah.
maybe not.
This is one of many, but maybe it'll be the one.
They're not okay. They have enough for whatever they're getting if they're
Yeah.
gonna get anything. 'Cause it's
One
not like
more
they were
at least.
jumping and
not
grabbing
intentionally
every
getting
piece of
more.
gold there. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it is still possible that it was just like they weren't paying like super close attention and just hit those rocks earlier. But the fact that they made like no comment on it or anything either.
Right. Yeah. All right, so this is the last stomach whopper. It's the exact same strat for all
Yeah.
of them. Even though they're like harder materials and stuff, it's just, you still do the same thing.
Yeah, because we never mentioned it, but like gold explodes in this game.
Items.
Yeah.
Oh, that was weird. He like lost his chunk, but then it still worked, so it was okay.
That's good. He might have,
so you
he
just
might have
kinda,
thrown
like-
it down or jumped down.
Oh, maybe. Because you basically
goes
use
so
a
far.
chunk, hit the gold, and then it explodes, and it like just that pretty much breaks open almost the entire like facade of the boss, and
Yeah.
then you just have to hit it like a little bit more before
Yeah.
it'll give you the part to actually damage the boss.
Yeah, so a lot of Planet Core is just getting to the minecart
Yeah.
ASAP. And it's quite the gauntlet casually. And I think in the speedrun, it's like, okay, let's just get to the
Yeah,
end.
right. Yeah.
I'm just
I mean,
surfing
some of
to
it is
the
just
end.
like auto scroller and stuff too.
Right,
Get
a
some
lot of
nice
this is
DK
sort of
cheeks
auto-
here.
Best part of the game.
And then if you're, I know if you're boosting, none of these will hit you except the last one.
That
So the last
specific
one's
one?
the only one. That one right
those-
there.
yeah.
I'm surprised he even tossed it at the second to last one.
That's funny.
But if you're not boosting, I think they can hit you.
Yeah. Now a long
some-
surf check.
Yeah.
Now you definitely want to dodge as much stuff here, I think, as you can,
right.
because it all slows down time. Like
And
that.
you'll like ping pong around and like it's yeah.
yeah, it could get
Oh,
awkward.
it
Yeah,
can do. Pretty rare though.
he's doing a great job of sort of weaving through stuff, which
Oh.
is nice.
So
like
do you
a
know how they
animated
did that?
two
So he just
times.
did a quick transform. Like he basically like ran out of the Kong Bananza and then went back in it with a full bar without like watching any kind of transformation animation. You know, without watching like him pound his chest and stuff. Like, do you know they do that sometimes? I've seen other runners do that. Do you know how that like
Ostrich
works?
for
I don't know exactly. That's a good
Okay.
question. It could just be because I know at a certain point, if you do transform, I don't know exactly. I don't know. Never mind.
Yeah, I think it might be like something about like switching transformations.
I think it
like,
probably
right
has to do-
as the bar runs out or something, but I don't know. I know I've seen that before in bingos a lot.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure exactly.
Oh, pick
Yeah,
up
so
some
you did there
gold.
too. Yeah, you're right. It must have to do with transforming as you're about to maybe run out.
Yeah, I guess. So I wonder if that gold he picked up there was mostly for the explosive properties for this fight, because this feels to me like one of the also like holy grails of skips. If they could find a way to not need this minecart at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
end,
yeah.
then you could just skip this whole fight.
Yeah, this is a pretty long one too.
Yeah, it's like several waves. They're gonna make it look really fast, but like it's still required fighting.
Yeah, and it takes a long
The throws
time.
were so good.
These throws are great. The throws do somewhat home in a sense. But you still have to kind of like
But that's
angle
gonna
them
be
correctly and stuff. And of course, like everything in this game and even Odyssey, like things can just go the complete wrong way
Right.
by
yeah.
accident.
I am not Yoshin.
The gold is definitely quicker for some of these
Definitely
tougher
not.
enemies because it just blows them up faster.
I think he's just gonna
Whoa.
wait for them to get close.
That is
and then,
cool. And just explode it all in one. That's clever.
I'd seen that before, but not
Nice.
executed that well. Is very cool.
That's the other great thing about this run is everything you've seen is just executed so cleanly.
Yeah, for sure.
These guys too can't be destroyed unless you have gold.
Yeah, you need some kind of explosive material.
The hint is always too with their own weapons because their own weapon is always the material that can kill them,
Gotcha.
depending on who it is.
But if they had like the regular explosive, the purplish one, would that work, or is it straight up it is only gold, or does it just have to be like any explosive?
I think the explosive does work as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Obviously, in that arena, like gold is
There's only
extremely
gold, right?
prevalent. Yeah.
So this one we're gonna skip to. This minecart is
Yeah.
actually the one we skip,
Yeah, the very last one is the one
Yep.
you skipped. So
and
funny.
it skips having to go around to another platform, another thing as well.
Yeah, he did it there again. Like
Yeah, the auto
he
switch.
went to
yeah.
ostrich twice in order to like refill it
Yeah.
or something.
It must be just with the transformation. All right, K rule 1.
All right, and then it's time for the only boss they gave health.
So
like every
these-
K roll fight.
Yeah, these attacks are RNG. So he gave the like big ball attack first,
Oh,
which
that's
is
got to
I
be
think
really
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can down punch. It's pretty quick here.
Sick.
You can only actually
Holy
down punch on like his tail. It's a really specific spot you can down punch.
Look at his webcam too. He was mashing so hard there.
There is a wow. Look at his health bar too, just gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
he's
god. Oh, this is a nightmare. I never want to get good at this run now.
yeah, right. It's so hard. Yeah,
that seems awful.
I've been watching. I was watching Void do a lot of 80%, and he was saying like that's just once you get it down, it's good, but it's so hard to get down well.
Right.
You know.
But honestly, that sped that fight up so much.
Whoa, there's a time save.
Yeah, there's the big time save. Okay,
That's
I was
25
wondering if it
still.
was
My best
just
phase
going to
ever.
be
It's
the
gonna be-
bosses, the K rule fights, because like
Yeah.
the K
I
rule
think-
fights are where you actually have to fight
I
something
have
for
the
an
worst
extended
dice
period
game
of time.
ever.
So,
Do not get some
You actually have to play the game now.
yeah,
I think it
Sub
could be the
one fake
RNG
credits.
with the attacks he uses. To be honest.
it might have been that too. Yeah. But it's also
Because-
possible
all I
like
need-
runners were just roll punching until probably pretty recently. So like it might be that their PB didn't have the very fast like
down punch?
strategy.
Yeah. It's so fast. He uses it obviously in the second fight as well, which is great.
Yeah.
So for this section, I think there's nothing to do. You just wait.
This
and
is
just hit 'em
a glorified
ASAP.
auto scroller, right? Like you just
Yeah.
have to make sure that they get cleared off,
Yeah.
you know,
Guys, don't
fast
do it.
enough.
Balloon.
But
Yeah.
because you even notice at like the end, there's like a long time of just like waiting because you've hit K rule all of the times that you're supposed to hit them already, and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you can see the meter ticking up, or the sub layer number ticking up,
yeah,
ticking down rather, as you get higher. And at a certain point, that disappears. So I'm not sure if there's still an auto scroller at that section.
oh,
That might be a
whiff.
point. I think
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, I know.
I think the auto scroller
You whiffed
may. Terrible. Might as well reset.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think there's like a minimum
Gotcha.
amount of time
That's
where
yeah,
like you can miss a throw or two, and it doesn't matter. It
that
won't,
makes
like,
a lot of
affect
sense.
things.
Yep.
That's my guess. I always thought it was really weird how the like banana texture keeps changing here, like as
Right.
it's like forming. You know, like
Yeah.
that right there. It's
It just
I
looks
don't-
strange.
I don't understand it. It feels like it must have been a performance thing or something. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's very odd. Oh,
Oh,
get rid of
getting
his-
some banana.
yeah.
Gold banana chunk.
And this where the music fucking starts being fire.
Oh, yeah.
The end here.
So the surface is sick too. There's obviously a ton of skips in
Yeah.
the actual New Donk City. All right, he's done here. There's a timing here you want to do too.
Joking.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because I think that's like the one that is important to do really, really
right,
really
that will
fast.
trigger the end. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Clutchy.
Yeah. There's a really cool skip at the end because we don't have snake and we don't have zebra. So there's a whole path at the end going up to the final K. Rool
Yeah.
fight that will have to be skipped as well, which is pretty difficult.
Yeah. Like in Min Transforms, the ending is the hardest part because you don't have Zebra. Like
Yeah.
primarily and Ostrich.
And Ostrich, exactly.
But like you would still not use Ostrich because that one is trying to do minimum transformations. But
It's as tough in 90%, I think.
really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing the same thing, I believe.
Okay, I'm excited to see.
So we'll see.
But yeah, so that little like the brown floor that they just skipped by there is supposed to be, you're supposed to use Zebra on it because it will break under you unless you're running fast enough.
Right.
And even though Zebra is the same speed as turf surfing basically, if not slower, it doesn't count turf surfing as being
It
fast
only
enough.
counts. It only counts Zebra and Snake bounces, like regular Snake hopping. So here, obviously, we're skipping this entire section
this is
here.
cool.
With Snake, it's a lot faster too, even to climb these, because Snake can climb really fast vertically. But it's just still not worth it to get Snake, even for this, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the idea here is you, fly over this thing, and you have to turn these to gold so you can land on them.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Then you can re-pick up a new chunk.
Okay.
Float over here, use this one.
Cool.
Not again.
So it is, it's similar. I will say it's definitely not the same as the Min Transformations. Oh my god, that was
Really
close. Yeah.
Wow.
Not again.
Yeah. The Min Transforms one is definitely still like harder from what I can see.
Yeah, that's fair.
'cause
I mean, there's way more going on.
You don't have a way to like transform the snakes in that one.
Right.
You have to instead drop a chunk onto the breakable floor, land on it, pick it back up while doing a jump, and do that over and over. Okay, this is wild.
Big mashing here. Rick
Yeah.
is mashing.
Can't even like see him either. That
Didn't even take much
okay.
of the health bar, but that just shows
It might
you how
not look
much
like a lot,
health
but
he
like
has.
you know as well as I do that is a lot of the health bar missing.
Yeah.
Like this fight takes so long normally.
So I guess there are a couple points on
Jesus.
K. Rool here you can do this. Anything maybe below his head or something could be
Hmm.
it. I just know you can't do it right on top of his head.
Gotcha.
Little roll punching, get in there. Then you set up.
Yeah.
The hitbox is so weird too. Like,
Yeah, because he's also moving too, right? So he's having
Right.
to like set up a spot. You could tell his mashing might be getting a little fatigued too.
a little bit, yeah. It's tough.
Yeah. Even when it was roll punching, you had to do so much mashing in this now. Yeah, it's really hard to keep a like constant mash like this going.
Yeah. Especially if it's
Speedrunning.
some
Yeah.
rhythmic motion involved too. Because it's not just pressing the button. There is other stuff to do too. Because you're
Yeah,
flipping
though
between.
it looks like it's kind of maybe like get into the right position
There's time.
and then it's
There we
mash.
go.
Wow.
Yeah, he lost some time.
Bit of a
That's
sketchy surface.
Yeah, he had that
Finally got
hiccup on the path
right.
over. Remember
Going up
He's-
too. Yep.
Yeah,
GG.
wild.
GG though. That
GG
is
tired.
that is a nice run.
Yeah, 105, man.
Motorcycle on a bicycle.
That's a lot. There's so many skips. There's so many
There we
many
go.
tough sections.
Get this dude.
Yeah,
In
dude,
this
I'm
run.
glad. As much as a nightmare it seems
down
to
with the
like it would be to pull
mushrooms.
off doing the
Yeah.
mashing on the boss at the end. I'm
We
glad
did
they
it.
found a way to like significantly speed up the K
They
Rool
were
fights.
so slow.
Because the K Rool fights are very slow otherwise. Like,
Yeah.
even when you're going
Especially
pretty
the ostrich
fast
that
and then
happened
by
at the
doing the roll
surface,
punching like
damage,
super
I
fast,
think-
like
Mm-hmm.
it still
watch it to ostrich.
takes many phases.
Yeah.
And like if you, I feel like
Oh, yeah.
6 minutes for a whole fight would not be unheard of. You know, like
Absolutely.
That was known.
it's wild.
Like I don't do the down punch
Make a
mashing.
mistake. I just void
You
one,
know,
yeah,
and I do
a
true ending. You have to do
bit of a
the K roll
mistake
fights,
there.
and it's
Tampa's
takes
bad.
forever.
I guess
I'm like,
Yeah.
I should just
that.
learn the
I'll
punches.
take it.
You know.
Well, that was very cool.
was
Let's
really
take a
cool.
quick break and talk about it a little bit more.
Watch this.
Yep.
Hey folks, just wanted to say if you are enjoying Need for Speedrunning that you can help support us and keep the show running by going to patreon.com/possiblybad and subscribing to the Patreon there. We have a couple of tiers. $3 tier gets you access to episodes early when available, as well as access to when we occasionally do live streams of this for folks, and most importantly gets you access to the Possibly Bad Discord, where you can get some special patron-only channels and join us in like things like the monthly archipelagos that we've been doing recently, monthly multi-world randomizers. They've been very cool. We also have the $6 per month tier, the Probably Badass tier, where you are an executive producer of the show. So thank you to all of our executive producers, Mildew Zero, Perplexpert, Hypiction, Ethan King, Lisa Slack, Professor Hal, and Brian Ward. Really appreciate it, especially with the little hiatus we had there. I appreciate all of those who have kept the subscription going. So really appreciate it, and let's get back to more Kong Bananza talk. Okay, we just watched the run. That was pretty sick. 105, 45, 46, whatever it was at the end. That was pretty cool.
I love this run. It's so good.
Yeah. I was going to say, what you kick us off. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just so cool to see the run evolve for the most part. I mean, that's the thing that I am most interested in, since I've been like following it since the beginning. Seeing the discoveries, learning some of the tricks, learning some of the movements, how that's all evolved, and seeing it all come together, especially after not having watched a run for a few weeks.
Right.
It's so clean. It's so tight. Like every jump is so well executed and meticulous, which is so good. So that's my favorite thing about it. And I just think it's really fun to watch this run, to be honest. I think it's not too tough to follow the movement and stuff like that. So yeah. What about you?
Yeah. I think it's pretty easy to follow. I think if you haven't played the game, then some of the skips that are just like, jumps up to some area might be a bit tougher to follow.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I love that. I think the pacing of it is really solid in particular, because it's like you do a bunch of really cool movement to, dart around a layer, and then you get to the end of the layer, and then you have a nice little break to kind of like digest what you just had, because you do the like diving to the next layer, right?
Yeah.
And then you do the same thing, right? And some of the layers are 2 minutes, some of them are 6 minutes, but none of them are like super long. So you really like you get this full sense, because the like area around you is constantly changing. You get this full sense that like you are constantly moving very quickly through the game.
Yeah, I love that too. I mean, the pacing is just really good for that, for sure.
And Odyssey had the same kind of thing, right? Where like, because it's broken up by levels, you can, you can like have this get through the end of the level, and then this little like Odyssey trip where you get like one little load screen or something before you move on to the next one, and then you just carry on. I especially love that in this game you can skip like every cutscene super fast, even like really small ones. Like that was a big improvement from Odyssey. The one downside is like there are more things talk at you in this game, I would say.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
in a required way, but it's nothing that's like a big deal. Like there's not that much for, especially in 90% where you're skipping most of the bonanzas. Like you don't have a lot of people yapping at you all the time. It's really just like the elder, the Kong elder at the beginning. Like,
right. Yeah, that's the longest. Just yap.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Or waiting for Pauline to like actually sing for the first time.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that they skip a lot of the transformations. I think from like a watchability standpoint, though, it like there aren't a lot of super obvious moments of like, oh, this is where like the game expects you to use Snake, right? Like there are a couple for sure. Like that tower, we could kind of tell. And the very ending, right? The everything on the surface, I think is like pretty obvious that you are supposed to have a lot more stuff. But because you can just like turf surf everywhere and like jump over gaps, there aren't as many spots of like even to take it down to basics of like, if you always saw like a red wall, you had to like use this bonanza on or something, right? Like, I think if you didn't know already, it might be like hard to tell like, oh, well, what's the big deal of them skipping like Snake or skipping Zebra or whatever? Because like I don't see anywhere where they needed any of those.
Right, it doesn't seem like you need to do any of that stuff. Yeah,
there aren't a lot of like here's a good way. There's a lot of really cool skips in this, but not a lot of them have like anticipation. That anticipation factor. The biggest moments of like of build up for like they're clearly like doing setup for a big skip are like the moments where they clip out of bounds.
Right. Yeah. Or like the Void
you
Kong or the first junction skip, where you don't open
yes,
the force
freezer. That's another good one too.
A couple of
you have enough time to see this big gap that they're going to have to like go over. So there are a few of those, but there's definitely not like a ton. There's again, I'm going to compare to Odyssey a lot just because the games are very similar. But
makes sense.
Not doing this in a way to like say it needs to live up to that, but just in a comparison of another speed game. In Odyssey, you'll have something like clipping into the inverted pyramid, for example. Like you roll up to a wall directly in front of you, and then you have to like slide up against it.
Right.
Like, you get these little moments, these little things of anticipation that then make the success like feel like a big moment, right? Whereas in this, because so much of it is grab a chunk, jump and go, you don't get that same buildup of like, oh, we're about to clear this big gap, even though you actually are, but you might not like see it before you're already like halfway over it. Now, that being said, though they're all really cool skips, it's more of just like thinking from a standpoint of like somebody who isn't familiar with the game and the levels and the terrain. It might not be as like obvious, like just how much they're skipping in like Canyon Layer, for example.
Sure.
Because you're jumping to something up above. I always felt this in like Ingot Isle, for example. Like you're jumping to something up above you, which means you don't like they're not going to go turn the camera to see where they're jumping.
You just go
because
up.
They know what they're doing. So like you don't get that feeling of like, oh, we just like jumped up. Like you don't get to like kind of prepare your mind for that, right? And that all to say, like, that's a very like nitpicky knock.
Sure, I think there are actually plenty of moments though when I'm.
There are definitely some where there is that. Like you brought up the junction layers,
right?
Perfect
or like
example.
the clips in the clip in Landfill, the clips in Groove. Like you're just like setting yourself up and then walking. Through
and the clip in Feast is another perfect example, right?
Especially because then you see the resolution as the ostrich is going down, skipping the thing. Oh, you're like, okay, he's going to land on that platform. Oh, no, he's going under that too. And then you go under even farther. I think that's like such a cool...
Those are the kinds of moments that I do just wish there were a few more of the big skips like felt that same kind of way.
I do understand what you're saying there. Yeah, that makes sense.
But like there are definitely still some, which is awesome. And like I said, this is being like, I'm being very nitpicky because Odyssey is like one of the best speed games of all time at this point. And like looking at this from a lens of like the same dev team and same engine and stuff. And this still ends up being really sick without like that's just a very small knock, And part of it, it's the kind of thing that can happen a lot in games where you're moving very fast. If you like don't have time to see like the thing that you're about to skip before you've already skipped it or started skipping it, right? Like that can happen a lot in speed games for sure.
I think it's really interesting. So we've got, at the time of recording, we're like a day out of the HDQ games list. And, and so Void is doing any percent Bonanza.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see how he handles the commentary and sort of what will we get at that point.
Yeah.
And it is in a little while. So there is time for the game to cook a little more potentially.
True.
Which would be really cool. So I'm excited for that one as well. I think it'll be a great watch. I'm definitely going to watch it. So.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I need to go tell Void that I'm gonna be there, and if he needs a commentator,
that'd be great. I don't know who else.
I've watched it now, qualified.
Yeah, I did it for a podcast. Don't worry, I'm good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love this game. I think another thing I like about watching 80% every so often too is that I get some extra lore and some extra tech for the longer runs. So if I'm doing true ending, there's still plenty I learned from 80% as well. For example, I really need to learn how to do the down punches because in true ending you still do the same boss fights.
Yeah, that they look like because they don't save like that much time on like Stomp and Clomper or whichever ones like on the other ones throughout the game because those are very fast anyways.
Yeah,
but like K Rule is like the huge slowdown.
And then I'm still not doing the muckety muck one where you just grab a sand and just attack him inside and he never skips phases. Because you actually fight muckety muck twice in the true ending run.
Yeah, and 3 phases each time.
That would save me 5+ minutes probably to just learn that thing.
Right.
So it reminds me a lot, and it shows me a lot, and even just watching some general movement stuff in terms of distancing and pacing and where to go and stuff like that is really nice. So it's always a fun watch, especially when you play a lot of the game.
One of the moments I really remember enjoying that they do a lot in this game, and I think this is where you kind of can, even if you haven't played the game, you can tell like how much they're about to skip. Is I love when any 3D like game does this, speed game does this. They'll spawn into a level and the camera's like facing forward. It's like, go this way. And then they just turn left and jump, like the Radiant Slayer, I think is one of the like big ones for it, where they spawn in, you drop down, you just jump to the left and go towards this tower
just go the other way,
not down the path that is very clearly laid out in front of you. That is like one of my favorite things in speedruns, and I think moments like those are really helpful for watchability, because you're like, I can tell where they're supposed to go because the game is making it really obvious right now, and they're going to turn left.
Yeah.
I just love that. It's also kind of like how I play games casually a lot of the time. If a game says go right, I go left. Like,
you're like, hold on a second. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's more from like an exploration standpoint of trying to like find all the little secrets and the goodies.
Yeah.
In this case, it's more of like, it's just really,
it's
funny to see. And they do that a lot, right? But not every layer, like, because a lot of them do like kind of funnel you at the very beginning. But that one is big with it. Canyon kind of a little bit, but I love when that happens.
It's great. And it sort of catches you off guard, right? Because for exploration, you would obviously try to like look around for stuff, but you're watching a speed run. They're trying to go forward as fast as possible to the very end, right? You don't have to collect any bananas. You don't have to do anything else. Just get to the end.
And in exploration,
and they
you're
just
gonna, like,
turn left,
the
and
camera.
You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, in exploration, you're going to turn the camera, but you're not going to like launch yourself
without
looking.
You're going to look first. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to just like jump and ignore this path in front of you necessarily.
Absolutely.
So I just think that's really cool. I love when that happens in any 3D game.
That's a great point on watchability as well, for sure. Yeah, that's totally what it's like watching it, right? If you don't know.
Yeah, because those are the moments of like. In any speed run, you will get more out of it if you know more about the game, right?
Yeah.
Like you will get more out of it if you've played the game, and if you have, if you start to know a bit more about the speedrun tech, you'll probably also get more out of it, right? But like, that is the kind of thing where you can get a lot out of it without knowing anything about the game,
right?
It brings me back to like moments of watching random runs at late night GDQs in the hotel or something, and it's like
classic.
Yeah, and there's some times where you can't tell that they're like going faster than the game intends, and there are other times where it's extremely obvious, or like that they're definitely breaking out of the bounds of where the game expects you to go. So
right, absolutely,
I just always think that's really cool, and it's
I
very
think so
moment.
I think I think it's great. Yeah, I love moments like that. Yeah, I think this game has a lot of them. I think this game it's interesting because I think for the most part, a lot of people watching have probably played the game in some form, or seen enough about the game, or just know what 3D platformers kind of do.
Yeah, sure.
So I think it's honestly probably less relevant in terms of somebody who's just never seen a game, a 3D game or something. I think it's kind of like, all right, most people who are watching have an understanding or have played the game, right? And then once you play the game, I actually have a little... as a side note, for Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving was recently, I gave my brother-in-law my Switch 2. I was like, here, play this Donkey Kong game. So he's like, oh, okay, cool. So he played it for a little while and got, through Lagoon or something like that. And he kept dying in this one room. He was like, can you do this room for me? Show me how to do this room. I'm like, oh, okay. And I know a lot of the tech. So I, grab a chunk, A-fat, chunk jump, roll, all the stuff. He literally didn't know how I did any of that. He's like, I didn't even know you could do half of the stuff. Like, you're surfing on a thing. I didn't know that. Like, So it's really like, there is definitely a knowledge gap. But when you know that stuff, or if you play the game and didn't know you could do all that kind of stuff, it is pretty mind blowing. I think the first time you see it. Yeah,
absolutely. So. There is always going to be like, this is kind of the like slight danger sometimes of when like we do something where I do know too much about it, or like we both know too much about it, where like Yeah, I know this this run, so I'm not quite as amazed by some of the jumps as I otherwise would be.
Right.
But they're still very cool.
You kind of gloss over more of it. You're like, yeah, AFAT here.
I do wish AFATs were like more visually noticeable. The difference between that and just jumping while turf surfing, because once you know what to look for, like even when I was learning it, I couldn't really tell until I had like really gotten them down. Then I could tell whether I was getting it or not. I don't. Like, I wish there was just like a much bigger like spin effect or something that it's not intended text. Of course, there's not going to be some big thing, but like I almost wish like a glitchy animation happened or something, so that way you knew exactly like, oh, cool, they're doing that everywhere, because they do it everywhere.
It's everywhere, and it does just look like
looks
regular
like normal movement tech. Yeah,
exactly. No, I think that's a good point. Actually, I think you're right.
Yeah,
it does. It would definitely make it even more impressive.
For sure. But these are just like,
you notice it so much more. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they're totally nitpicks. I'd love to see one more big skip in this run to bring it under an hour, just because it's always nice to get a run under an hour. And I think that like it does drag a little bit at Planet Core, just because there's so many like minecarts in a row. So like if they could skip the like boss fight at the end, or like find a way to just like skip an entire minecart there or something, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
but obviously it's still very cool on its own.
Unfortunately, I think the game is cooling off a little in the sort of discovery phase. I keep checking in, and it's less and less nowadays, which maybe is a knock against it compared to Odyssey, because I know Odyssey, just the life cycle is actually still going.
It kept going for a while. Yeah. But
like, people are still Odysseying up, but
that also means though that more people are going to be like trying out the other categories and like the higher categories. So like that Odyssey did the same thing, right? Like in terms of no one was doing Darker Side at first. Any percent was like super hot. Even after there was like a route, like only a few people were doing it. And then like once you started applying the massive like, you know, intricate movement techniques that were found for any percent to Darker Side, like things totally changed. And then people would do it for all moons and 100% and stuff like that. So I think the same kind of thing is going to happen here, where you're going to have people doing like more true ending runs and like all Banandium gems and stuff like that, that are gonna really bust open some like wild shit.
Yeah, and I guess too that translates anyway to learn like more for any percent gets discovered as a result, depending on what happens.
It can,
right?
yeah. Sometimes I'm actually gonna look up real quick the leaderboards, because I am curious what the record for true ending is at now. Okay, so it's just under 4 hours.
Just under
356, 36.
Yeah.
And there's only 9 runs on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
And like, that's the kind of thing where I'd love to see that hit that like 3.5 hour kind of time range, if it can get down there, where it feels a little bit more like palatable for, say, like a marathon submission. Because I think a lot of people would find that like really interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been following obviously the true ending quite a bit. Spike Vegeta wrote the first route.
As same with Odyssey, Darker Side. He did the same thing there.
That's who does it. That's who does it. And really, like, not shockingly, but what's great is that his route is still pretty much the best route. Like, people have tried rerouting quite a bit.
That is shocking, and not because of Spike. That like it's just shocking for any first route of something that complicated to not go through like a ton of more,
especially early, right? Like
iteration early, yeah.
That being said, there have now been a few discoveries since then where there's some bananas that are like 9 seconds faster, this and that.
Right.
So I think there's at least a minute or two worth of time save just on the route alone. And Rick Schmitty is actually now working on true ending too. So that'll probably come down soon, which is really exciting.
That's kind of what I was getting at, because like right now the world record for true ending is a month old.
Right.
And it's over a month old, actually. It's almost 2 months. So
my gosh.
that is pretty surprising. And I think, like any percent is still, as it starts to cool off, it just means that some of these other categories are going to ramp up.
Yeah. Now, I do know some of the runners have now moved back to Odyssey.
Yeah, fair.
So there is that too, like Tyrone and some other runners. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this game is going to hit the same popularity of Odyssey, but that's also just because I don't think the game casually hit the same popularity as Odyssey.
I agree. You're right.
Obviously, Mario is a more like marketable character than Donkey Kong for Nintendo for some reason, even though people are wrong.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Right? Yeah. But yeah, at this point we're rambling. I think we're both pretty hot on this run. It's very, very cool. Yeah. I'm curious if this is your first time watching it, or even if it isn't, like if you're watching on YouTube or anywhere that has like comments, I think Spotify might have comments and stuff. Let us know like what you thought of the run. Like, please drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from more folks about this. Or if you want, you could join the Discord, patreon.com/possiblybad, and let us know in there as well. We have an NFSR channel to chat about there. And yeah, that it is. I'm just really curious what like more people think about this, because we obviously have like a very like a potentially a little bit skewed perspective here of like we both have done a fair amount of playing, and you've done a lot more running than I have, but like I have tried to go fast in this game before, so I'm very interested.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to also check out everyone else's thoughts. I think it's really cool and great discussion.
Okay, so we'll see you for another episode of Need for Speedrunning soon. Thanks everybody. Take care.